2,
Safe
1.
scratches. Hello, welcome to the Enginerdy show. I almost said I'm DVD. I am Mr. Fold.
I'm St. Jimmy.
I'm DVD.
Oh, there you are. Sometimes I forget which one of us you are.
I never forget.
You don't ever forget? You used to think we had the
elephant.
same name.
Anyway,
So,
I'm upset.
Oh
uh-oh.
boy. Should we do the fake sponsor first?
Yes.
The latest edition of the popular zombie movie franchise. The zombies have made it to Washington, D.C. President Evil. No, that hit me the other day.
Oh, okay.
So what are you upset about?
So, a while back, my wife bought me a 3-pack of Pentel mechanical pencils. The P205s to be exact.
Nice.
And as a 3-pack, because it came with the 2 normal colored ones, which is black for the 0.5 millimeter. This could be also nerd credit, I guess. But it came with a limited edition 50-year gold colored one.
Wow.
So I've had that at work for probably a year. It's disappeared off my desk.
Oh, I lock my pens up at night.
Especially if they're gold collector's
Do
editions.
you want to move your mic around so that when you're looking towards us, you're still... There you go. Thank you.
Now they can't see me on the camera.
Sure they can. Probably.
The camera. Anyway,
You're kind of in there. Yeah, I had a watch that the band broke, so I just had it sitting up by my monitor so I could see what time it was, and somebody stole that.
We covered this on last week's podcast, if you guys remember.
What?
pencil and everything?
You didn't elaborate on the
Oh.
kind of pencil.
Oh.
Because it hit me today as I was looking for a new one
Mm.
on Amazon, eBay, anything else I could pick up. They're not out there. They don't exist for purchase. I found some pictures of someone that had one.
Mm-hmm.
And
they
their,
were the ones
the
that stole
comments
off your
of
desk.
their page was like 3 or 4 different people asking if they could buy them. They're saying no.
I stole this from DVD
Oh.
fair and square.
Yeah, was it somebody you've seen at work?
I don't know. We have a meeting on Thursdays. I'm going to mention it in the meeting on Thursday. If anyone can look on their desk and see if my pencil's on their desk.
Yeah, because they
It
may
could've
have
just
borrowed it and
accidentally-
forgotten to return it.
Right. I'm hoping that's the case. I think it disappeared while we were on our off-roading trip.
Oh.
And usually when I leave for that long, I lock stuff away, but I didn't.
Yeah, I locked my stuff up.
I was on, trying to think of a good way to put it. I
A
was
burrow?
Methadone?
No! I was on a work trip
Oh, okay.
Oh,
doing
that's way
surveys
different.
in the field, and
That's kind of
I
sick.
lost my click eraser,
Oh,
and I looked everywhere and I couldn't find it, and
it was sad.
I was pretty sure it was in the lounge where I was doing my cleanup sketches. So I drew a picture of my click eraser and put missing or lost. Please help me find it.
We covered that last week.
No, we didn't. Anyway,
So I'm upset.
I
So
found it.
if any listeners want to send me a gold Pentel P205, I would not turn it away.
Maybe you could
Email us at Enginerdy
take one of your
Pentel.
other ones
gmail.com.
down to the electroplaters and see if they can plate it.
It's not actually gold. It's
Oh.
gold colored.
Well, they
Spray
can
paint.
do copper.
They actually do have a copper one. I was looking online, so I found all kinds of cool ones.
Huh.
There's a blue one with all the metal pieces gold. It's like dark
Oh.
blue.
Set up a
Pretty slick.
trap. Spray paint a pencil.
Gold.
Put it on your desk with like a little trigger mechanism so that it shoots ink at them
I
when
was
they try to
gonna.
touch
It's a
it.
pencil.
Huh?
It's a pencil, not a pen.
Is what I say.
I was gonna shoot ink at them.
No, you have a separate thing.
Oh, you hook it to a squid?
Yes.
No, like, you know.
No, they don't like that. They don't like being called that either.
Oh, what are they called?
Sailors.
No, you need the pencil's not going to shoot the ink. You're
Oh,
going to have
okay.
some other device set up to put ink
I was
on them.
thinking
that
about-
doesn't
You have to
wash
get
off.
one of those money things from the bank. when
Yeah,
you rob
like
them.
that.
I was gonna, speaking of banks, I was gonna get one of those metal chains for my next one.
Oh yeah.
Hook to it.
Then somebody runs off with it and it like jerks and
See, the Pentel P205 is the most superior mechanical pencil I've ever used. It's got all metal interior workings, so it works really smoothly. It doesn't feel chintzy when you hold up like those cheap.
See, if I got one of
back-to-school
those,
ones.
I'd probably immediately drop it someplace nasty that I wouldn't be able to or want to recover it from.
This is the one that when I was doing homework one time, my kids had bent the nib on it, so every time you get the lead out, it would break off every single time. I tried with a normal pencil, and then I tried with a stupid cheap mechanical pencil, and I ended up throwing that across the room, I think. And that came out and announced to my wife we had to go to Office Depot right then. She's like, why? I need a pencil. It's like, we got lots of pencils. I was like, no, we don't. So I went and I bought a new Pentel, and I used to be a 0.7 man. Because the gold one has transitioned to 0.5. I have a 0.9 and a 0.3 also at work.
Oh.
The 0.3 just cuts through paper.
Yeah.
Sorry. Pencil talk? It's too much for it?
Can you save it for nerd cred?
I guess.
I have a 0.7 pen that I use all the time, and my coworker has a 1.6. And when he gives me papers he's written on, I'm like, oh my gosh, are you using a marker?
That is a marker. Does the paper weigh twice as much?
It seems like it.
It's like dripping.
And like, if I wrote with that, it would just be like a solid black line because I can't, like, it would feel like writing with a crayon.
That's what you have to do with your left hand.
Oh. I could see that.
So I guess flat earthers were having an interesting time explaining the eclipse that happened.
What's the other turtle?
Yesterday.
The orbits our turtle.
Well, a lot of the flat earthers think that the sun and the moon are exactly the same size and are much closer to the Earth.
And they run into each other?
And yeah, so they're like, some of them are like, well, it's still passing in front of the sun. I'm like, well, then it would be appear.
Then they wouldn't be the same size.
Yeah. And so some of them are saying there's some third invisible body up in the sky that covers the sun during the
Can you
eclipse.
see the moon right before it goes in front and recognize it as a...
Probably not.
Well, you can see the moon during the day sometimes.
Yeah.
Unless you use math to figure out where it would be.
Right.
Even if you believe it was flat, they have to believe in a pattern.
They use flat math, though.
Flat math?
So it doesn't...
Well, one of the claims they make is, well, back when everyone thought the Earth was flat, they could still predict eclipses. And I'm just like, no, not... I mean, most people thought that have known the Earth has been round for a long time.
Yeah,
the
Dark Ages were where it went bad, wasn't it?
People still knew the Earth was round.
Yeah. You can see the shadow of the Earth on the moon.
That's a bit of false history that
everyone thought
the Earth was flat.
Yeah.
There were some cardinals in the church that Columbus was trying to get money from that believed all kinds of crazy things about the Earth. But
it's not filled with marshmallow.
What?
You've tested that?
All right. Hold on. Google cancel drilling expedition.
Yeah. So I've come to the conclusion that these flat Earth bozos are just.
Well, a good portion of the NBA are flat earthers now.
Are they?
I don't know if they're probably not being serious, but.
Well, yeah, is it all a farce, or do they actually believe it, or are they just being contrarian?
Most people actually believe it.
Yeah. They're getting income from YouTube videos that purportedly show proof that the Earth is flat. And they have people, skeptics and believers alike, clicking on these videos, and they get income from that.
We used to
well, maybe we should become flat earthers.
Now, let's do something more interesting, like football earthers.
Polyhedron earthers.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think it's a Taurus.
A Taurus. Like the bowl?
No.
Oh.
Like a donut.
I think that's one of those weird shapes that doesn't have an inside.
A Mobius?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's like a...
Well, there are hollow earthers as well.
It's like a water pitcher you can make. What?
There are also people that think the Earth's hollow.
Yeah, like John Goodman and Kong.
He was right.
Doug McClure in
Simpsons.
No.
Oh,
there's been
What the?
There's been a couple Doug McClure movies that the MST3K guys make fun of in the newest season of MST3K.
I think I've heard you mention that.
Why is
that
Chewbacca barking?
I don't know.
Wow, that soundboard's really working. So, I was outside during the eclipse. It was like 90-something% here, so it didn't get totally dark and cool, but...
I've heard someone say the temperature dropped about 5 degrees.
I didn't notice it.
Yeah, there was actually a chart I saw tracking it.
And
I think where it was 100%, it was more than that. But
right, it was like 15 degrees in the
100%.
totality area.
I was surprised how much light there was, even with 90-something% here in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Even though the eclipse only went over.
It's supposed to cover it up.
US.
It's supposed to cover it up, but still, look outside.
I don't think I didn't know the eclipse was happening. I mean, we were at like 92% or here or something
like
here.
that.
If I didn't know the eclipse was happening, I probably would not have noticed.
Yeah, but like I was working and I looked up at the windows in my building, and the sky was noticeably darker.
I did notice the sky was a darker color.
And then when I went outside, the light had a really flat quality. It looked like I was in one of those post-apocalyptic movies.
Oh yeah, everything's gray and stuff.
Yeah. And then when everybody that didn't wear the glasses turned into a zombie, it was really like one of those movies.
So
I don't know how you could try to look at the eclipse without the glasses.
Some people I was working with were using welding goggles, which I'm not sure that blocks all the same things.
Well, there's different ratings, and if you get one that was like 13 or above, then it was supposed to be okay. Because most of the ones at work are not rated that high, but some of the guys in my branch had one that was, and they were using it.
I had 4 and
hardly any of them went blind.
Because T-Vitty bought a bunch of 10-pack like 3 or 4 months ago on Amazon, and so
I guess the price was going up as it got closer.
Yeah, a lot of people couldn't find them. Even one person's like, "Yeah, the one I could find is there's 100-pack of them, but they didn't want to buy that many." So,
I think it blocks out too much of the sun. I would like it to be.
If you put them on, you can't see anything until you actually look at the sun.
Yeah, but then when you look at the sun, it's like really dim, and you're like, "Oh, I wish it was not so dim."
I was fine with the dimness.
I prefer my vision.
Yeah, I didn't even go outside. I just looked out the window.
Yeah, we looked out the window too. We weren't outside either.
Well, I probably wouldn't have even looked if my coworker didn't invite me.
We were kind of occasionally going over looking. There was like 4 of us or 5 of us, so we're occasionally looking out. Then go back to our desk because it was kind of slow. And then my boss's boss came out of his office, which is right there, and came around. So we're kind of a little bit. It's like, guys, there's a better view from my office.
Yeah, the place we work put out a statement saying nobody's allowed on work premises to look at the eclipse. And so
it's just a covering their
right. But the door nearest my office to go outside, there was a crowd of people standing there for.
I looked out. We didn't see any. There was like just a few people outside during it. I think I know a lot of people from work that I think took the day off because they're like, well, if we're not going to be watching it there, I'm just going to take the day off.
Yeah, and we talked about maybe going to lunch early and leaving work so that we wouldn't be violating that rule. But
it got closer and closer, and I started realizing I really didn't care that much.
Right. Yeah. I didn't want to put that much effort into it.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is what this says about me, but I almost feel like the more people show excitement for something, like the general populace, the more nonplussed I am. Like, the general people taking over Pi Day, like, there goes that holiday.
Yeah.
May the 4th is gone.
Well, I was glad
it's negative peer pressure that works on DVD.
I think it is.
I was glad my daughter got to go. Yes.
Why did you jump off the roof? Because none of my friends are doing it.
I was glad that my daughter got to go to see the full eclipse because she's kind of the most science enthusiastic of my kids. So I think that's cool. Thanks to Mrs. Vitty or T. Vitty for taken her with her.
So on the way over there, they stopped at this place near the home of our favorite college quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And there's a spot that I think it's a optical illusion where it looks like your car rolls uphill.
Oh, yeah, I've
And
heard
she
of that.
tested it, and it freaked him out because sitting in the car or whatever, it feels like you're facing uphill.
Huh.
So I think it's like uphill and then it like goes even steeper for a bit. I think would be how it would work.
Weird.
But it did look weird from she's posted a picture or a video on Facebook, and it did look kind of weird. And it's kind of cool to hear her excitement and stuff.
Were there ghostly handprints on the back?
First, they washed truck and then powder it so you can see the kids' handprints.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, there's a lot of places around the country that have one of these.
Yeah.
And some of them it depends on where you're at. Some of them are like Magnetic Hill or something. Like, what?
You could test that pretty easily by having a vehicle.
I was gonna send a level with her.
Yeah, that was my thought. Was put a level on the
Which
bed of the
in
truck.
one of the videos, my middle son said you could kind of use a water bottle as a level.
Yeah.
So we have to get out and put it on the road itself, I guess.
Yeah. Because
Mm-hmm.
your truck might not sit level.
But she got going pretty fast, rolling. So,
Uphill.
which is interesting because you'd think
Did you roll start a vehicle that way?
probably.
Yeah. Get it up
Because
to
it was
just,
registering on her speedometer.
if it has a clutch.
Yeah.
Per
yeah, that's a
vehicle,
problem.
you couldn't.
You can't. We tried it. We were trying to.
It's
Before we called it heavy jump start,
an automatic.
I was like, "There's got to be a way you can push start an automatic."
Nope, it doesn't work the same way.
Nope. But that's kind of fun.
I borrowed DVD's canoe on Saturday, and my son and I canoed out to the island that's like a mile.
It's 2 miles
2
out
miles.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
2 miles.
there.
And
Longer if the tides.
this time we took camping gear and camped out there.
Oh, cool.
There's campsites. There was actually a lot of people out there, but the park rangers are super nice.
But also very quick to tell people that aren't supposed to camp in the canoe campsites to get out.
Oh,
So if you take a motorboat over there, you can't camp in the canoe site.
I didn't know they
because there were people
differentiated.
camping there that were in motorboats.
No, they shouldn't have been. There's specific sites that are set up just for man-powered vehicles, like
I didn't
kayaks
know that.
and canoes.
And we hiked the perimeter trail, which seemed like it was about 4 miles.
It's a good little hike. It was
Yeah,
difficult.
it was funny because we were going counterclockwise around the island, and we passed a few people as we went, and then coming around the other end, we passed the same people. So it was funny.
Because we're orbiting the island.
Yeah. We had talked to the ranger, and then we went hiking, and then we saw him on the total other side of the island, where there's another campground.
Did you see any wildlife?
Yeah, there was a spot where there were like 6 deer, and they saw us coming and just hung out. We walked right near them.
Yeah, the deer there don't really care.
Yeah.
One of my kids and one of the other scouts got yelled at by the park ranger because they were slowly walking towards a deer.
I've also seen baby raccoons.
It's like, don't molest the wildlife.
There was an adult raccoon that was hanging out near our campsite, and it kept coming out to check our table to see if we'd left any.
Well,
crumbs.
the baby ones are way cuter than the adult ones.
And they taste good, too.
And
Do they?
we were walking along the driftwood along the upside of the beach, and came across a couple deer that were hanging out on the beach.
Yeah, I saw. That's where I saw a baby raccoon was on the beach.
Yeah.
My
Was it a boy
son and I canoed out
Was it
there
a son
a
of the
few
beach?
years ago, and we saw a mother raccoon and a baby raccoon crossing in front of us, but they were far enough apart that it got to a point where my son and I were
in between
them, and so the mother raccoon looked kind of nervous, but it just kind of waited till we passed, and then the baby raccoon ran and caught up with his mom.
Cool. It was fun.
Good. And it wasn't too choppy?
No, it was a little choppy when we left
For
Sunday
Saturday?
morning,
Uh-huh.
but once we got out a little ways, it was very calm.
Okay.
on the way out there was a lot of people boating,
Oh yeah.
and so occasionally we'd get some big waves, and we'd have to like turn to
Mhm.
face into the wave. Otherwise, it felt like we were gonna get.
Yeah, the last time I
Knocked over.
canoed out there, it was pretty choppy.
Oh, and on the way out there, we saw a bunch of porpoises. Like
On purpose? Oh.
no, on accident.
Seems like I've seen. What did I see out there one time?
I saw my paddle.
Like a seal, maybe.
My son says that he woke up like really early in the morning and looked out and saw some baby seals on the beach, but I don't believe him.
Probably dreaming.
He was
Yeah.
probably dreaming. Because why would there be baby ones and not adult ones? And where did they come from?
Maybe they were teenagers.
Do we
Oh.
need to have the baby seal talk?
I know where
Well, they're mammals, so there's a
give
mommy
them eggs.
seal and a baby seal.
What
And
kind
they
of-
hire a stork.
What kind of stork
This
delivers
is a big
baby
seal,
seal?
but he's
A
a
mama
crane.
seal and a baby seal hire a stork?
A crane. It took a crane to bring
Because it's a big baby.
the walrus babies in.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to nerdiculture.
All right. So, as many of our listeners may know, there's a Han Solo Star Wars anthology movie coming out
Who?
the next
Oh.
May of
Directed by
18.
that one guy.
Han Solo.
The one guy. Yeah, it's
That
directed
has a
by.
brother.
Boba.
So, supposedly
Howard?
it takes
Ron
place
Howard. Oh.
10 years before A New Hope.
10 long years.
That means Leia would be
6.
9.
Oh, 9. Yeah.
Are
But
they 19?
Yeah, I was thinking of how old the actress was. I don't know.
She
No,
was-
because Luke was not 19.
They
No way.
They were 16, I think.
Maybe they were 16 or 17.
I doubt Luke and
Uncle
Leia are
Owen.
going to be in the film.
Is R2D2
Probably
going to be in it? Is it all?
But I think Donald Glover was going to play
Han Solo?
Lando.
Oh,
Oh,
not Danny Glover.
you know what I was thinking? I was like,
Yeah.
Danny Glover?
No.
As soon as you
Hopefully he
got
doesn't have to run
confused,
because
I
that'd be
knew.
horrible.
No. And I can't remember the name of the actor who's going to play Solo.
David Tennant.
No.
He's too old.
Cool.
But anyway, there's been talk of other Star Wars anthology movies that are
Ooh, I've heard some
out.
rumblings
So
from something.
I'm going to bring up some that have been
The
discussed.
Jar Jar one's going to be epic.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to bring up some that have been discussed, and then between us, we're going to figure out
Which would we
what
want?
they how they should do it.
Okay.
So the first one is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Ooh, he's one of my favorite
I
characters.
think they should do it after all the ones. They can be
A
Obi-Wan
Force
goes coast to coast.
Where he has a call-in show.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Obi-Wan as a ghost, and there's like Whoopi Goldberg's in it, and they have
Maybe they could try to get Patrick
Egon
Swayze.
comes in and tries to catch them.
If they want a ghost, they should try to get Patrick Swayze.
Oh, too soon.
Not too soon. He's been gone for years.
Oh, okay.
Like 10 years.
So do you, okay, all kidding aside with the after A New Hope,
Hold on a second.
what?
When did Patrick Swayze die?
Why?
Patrick Swayze died on September 14th, 2009.
So it
So
was
8 years
8
ago.
years ago.
All right. Anyway, so
Excuse me.
do you think it'll take place? It's probably going to take place with him on Tatooine, right?
Yes. I
What
would
kind
hope
of
so.
stories can they have in
Well,
the desert?
I
He
read
has
a
a love
comic.
affair with a Jawa.
It's something like 50 Shades of Jawa.
That's gross. It was,
Yes.
no, it was one of the people ones.
The Sand People.
The tag people. Like the guards from
Gamorrean.
Oh yeah,
Gamorrean, whatever.
that was on Tatooine too, huh?
Yeah. I think the rumble.
His love affair of the Sarlacc.
No, I read a comic book that took place in that time,
Oh, did you?
and in the comic book, Darth Maul showed up with mechanical legs
Oh,
and fought Obi-Wan again.
oh, that would be cool.
That would be cool.
I'd want to see that.
Yes,
Round 2.
that's right. Fight!
Maybe we'll come in half the other way now. That would be like that cow in Under the Dome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gross.
Or you could do him like that guy in
I still think a
Fury,
sitcom would be.
where you can win this way.
He's in his
Oh.
cave. He has his neighbor lives in the next cave over. Comes over all the time.
It's sitcom. So you're thinking it should be a TV series?
It's the Tatooine version of Seinfeld.
They sit around in the cantina and just talk about nothing.
Oh, it'd be like Cheers. Funny.
Just
What else
in the
are you doing?
cantina. Obi-Wan!
Old Ben.
Old Ben!
It could just be a podcast show. Well, a pod racing show.
It'd be like Days of Thunder. I was gonna say Tropic Thunder. That's a different
That's a
one.
lot different.
There's hardly any race cars in that one.
Yeah.
Hardly any.
I actually haven't even seen that.
So another one.
So with that one, I'd love to see it with Luke as a
toddler.
maybe not taller, but like 5 or 6.
Anakin's age in the Phantom Menace.
9? No.
Okay.
Yeah, you get the same actor.
Uncle Owen.
But have him interact with because Luke didn't know about him, right? So if they're young enough, maybe as an infant. Then have Obi-Wan dealing with
Owen and
Owen.
Beru.
Yeah, Beru.
Well, we did see them in the episode 3, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay. You ready for the next one?
Yeah, go.
Boba Fett.
Oh yeah. So there's like some books where he escapes from the Sarlacc.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he fixes his
Oh, I sing a coming of
rocket
age story.
pack.
Because didn't we see him in episode 2 or was it 3? As a little
Attack of
kid.
the Clones.
Yeah, Attack the Clones. He
He was
picked
a
up
little
his
kid in
dad's
that,
role.
right? Yeah.
He's a clone.
Coming of age would be good, but you've seen in the Clone Wars and the cartoons, they have to use because those are still
They're cloners.
they're still part of the universe.
canon.
Yeah.
Good ones
So
too.
Do you think you'd want to see it take place after the Sarlacc pit, like he escapes?
Or maybe when he's first learning how
Or
to
you could have
hunt
him
bounties.
have a side thing where between or before you see him in the original 3, where
Yeah.
he's having the protagonist to Mace Windu, because he saw Mace kill his dad. So
You said something that didn't make sense.
what?
You
Yeah,
used the word
explain that better.
protagonist in a place I don't think it belongs.
Oh, so you think Mace Windu would be the protagonist?
Well, this whole sentence didn't make sense.
So
You
you'd
used
have
it as like a verb or something.
protagonisting?
I don't know.
Protagonizing?
You said he protagonist to Mace Windu or something.
Yeah, he's the.
So,
I
I
said
think
he
what
is
he's
the
trying to say
protagonist to
is-
Mace Windu.
Is in the movie you'll identify with Boba Fett because he's upset
Main
about
character.
Mace Windu killing his father or something.
Right.
But did Mace Windu die or did he survive that
No,
fall?
he asked George Lucas, and George Lucas said, because Samuel L. Jackson said, a Jedi's never died from falling or getting his hand cut off. That happens all the time. Or getting force shocked.
That's true.
Is like, is he still alive? And Lucas is like, sure.
Well, where did he go?
Into hiding.
Well, maybe we need a Mace Windu
He
movie.
became a sign language interpreter. No, wait.
He traveled in time and became a guy that finds new triple X's to battle terrorists.
That's how his
I don't
face
think
got
Star Wars
scarred.
is going to do time travel.
Time travels to become a computer scientist at a dinosaur park.
Hold on to your butts.
Becomes somebody's villain to Mr. Glass. Not because he's fragile, because he got thrown through glass.
Oh.
No?
So, do you think a Boba Fett movie's warranted?
I think it'd be
I
good.
think a lot of people like Boba Fett.
I
There's
agree.
interest there.
You'd have to change the name of his ship. He went on to trigger people.
Yeah. It could be called like
Stave one or something. Or Slav
If
one.
they're going to have
You could
Boba
give him
Fett, they've got to have Slave One.
You could make it Slav one, and you could have like a Slavic accent.
I think that's worse. Okay. Yoda.
Yoda.
Yo.
Let's see Yoda in like 700 years ago.
So I've had this idea for a Yoda story where he's young, and
Just in Dagobah?
No, he falls in love and it leads to something bad happening.
Oh,
that's why he made the
steers
rule that nobody can fall in love.
Maybe she turned into a
He's
Sith.
bitter.
Well, because it led to something bad happening. He almost turned to the dark side because of it. So then he decided.
He could have that a long time ago because he's like what?
Yeah, he's older than
Dirt.
He's almost as old as the
Dirt
Republic.
Vader.
Dirt Vader.
The Republic was young when he was born. So
you don't want him as a Force ghost with Obi-Wan running around.
Yeah, he could be in the
solving mysteries.
What about a Qui-Gon Jinn one?
I would have gotten away with it too if it hadn't been for you ghosts and your Yoda and your Wookiee.
So,
Chewbacca one. The whole thing is a Kashyyyk.
Hold on. Someone has also mentioned a Jabba the Hutt movie.
That could be good, like Godfather.
It'd have to be subtitled.
So
no, you just have C-3PO
they're
translating.
No,
Or some other droid.
So it's going to take place. Oh, it's going to take place on Hans and Carbonite?
Yeah.
Because they made reference to he's had other protocol droids.
Yeah, they had one, right?
I don't think it would work.
Or you just have that.
Anyone wants to see
how about
that.
him as
You
a
have
child?
the two-headed guy that does the announcing for the pod race. He
Oh,
could just say it in both languages.
Salacious Crumb. We need a Salacious Crumb movie.
Oh no.
Okay, now let's open it up to characters that you would like to see.
All right, here we go.
Boss, not Boss. What's his name?
Boss Nass.
Boss Nass. That's the best part of the movie.
We could do a political drama on Naboo with the queens and stuff.
I wouldn't watch it.
Women might.
They like political dramas?
Well, maybe not political, but more like a chick flick. Star Wars.
Say yes to the headdress.
Make it look like a Star Wars reality show or something.
Where they follow the different queens vying for a position of queen. The different young girls, I guess. You could do a buddy comedy with C-3PO and R2-D2.
I'd want to see a buddy comedy with those two guys from Rogue One, like a prequel of those guys.
The
one played by Daniel Yen, and I can't remember the other actor's name. The one with the big guns and the one that's blind. That'd be cool.
That'd be really good. I like that.
Yeah.
Let's see, who else we want? Emperor Palpatine, the young lad.
The guy that trains the Rancor. It's so sad when the Rancor dies.
It's like you're scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
Oh, that would be the best.
No, the bottom of the barrel would be like the.
He raised it from a pup.
Bosk.
Bosk would be awesome.
Does he have any speaking lines ever in the film?
I think he hisses or something.
Oh.
He does in the Clone Wars cartoon.
He's in that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go tell his voice to be quiet.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll work or not, but
your voice?
Carry on, my wayward sons.
But I think Mace Windu movie would be cool.
That would be awesome. Even if it's not after he got pushed out the window.
Right. It could be another prequel.
Yeah. That'd be good. You have to find a young Samuel L. Jackson.
I guess if you have it as a prequel, you need a young one, huh?
A youngin'? I could CGI it.
You could do like Rugrats with younglings.
Muppet babies? Star Wars babies?
Star Wars babies!
Oh, sorry.
You could have baby... You could get them from all different times, so it didn't make sense.
You could have a Huttese, you could have a...
They wouldn't have to
You have baby Boba with baby Jar Jar.
Baby Baka.
Baby Yoda.
So Jar Jar...
Baby
Yoda
Yoda
the story of how he became a Sith Lord's out?
No.
That would be awesome.
If the movie shows him
it would rewrite
being a Sith Lord and
being Palpatine's master?
Showing some of the scenes again, but giving you background of what set that scene up. I think
Jordan,
that would be okay.
it would fix him. Well, I mean, seriously, it would fix it.
It would definitely.
Because I can tell you what, after you make that
change.
flip in your mind and you watch the movies,
Yeah.
it makes that character more enjoyable. Because you're looking for ways that.
Well, you're like,
where's he?
it's a coincidence he just happened to show up right where Qui-Gon is.
And like dances and gets knocked over with him.
Right.
He does this crazy, fancy, not clumsy move
Oh,
at
you
all.
saved
and
my
diving into
life
the water.
from the thing
Like
that if I had just fallen
master
down
or
would have gone over me without
Yeah.
harming me. So
There's
now
the part in the desert where he is mouthing the same thing as Padme's captain. Like he's
Panaka.
like he's
Controlling him.
controlling him
Force
with the
controlling
force.
him.
Oh.
Which I think is why Anakin got turned is because Palpatine using force on him in a lot of situations.
Makes sense.
Anyways, the more you watch something, the more you can read into it, or at least I do, anyways.
Yeah.
Because my brain gets bored and it's like, ooh, let's make this better.
I don't want a Chewbacca movie though.
Kashyyyk with
It would
no
turn out to be
subtitles?
like the Christmas
That
special.
would be so awesome.
No, it wouldn't.
No, that would be awesome.
No.
They should remake
You'd have to-
the
What you'd have
Ewok
to do
movies.
is you'd have to issue online training so you could learn the Wookiee language.
Wookiees.
Yes. What about
Janitor on the Death Star.
what's the guy with the big fold in his face?
Oh,
My kids like him a lot.
The guy that
What is
flies
his
with
name?
Lando in the
yes.
third.
The guy that
Movie.
looks like he should be short, but he's like 6'1".
I know his name. I just can't think of what it
It's
is.
Tim.
Call me Tim.
I wonder if my phone knows.
How are you going to describe it?
We'll see. What we...
Full face
Fold face
from
with Lando.
Jedi.
Star Wars character that has foldy face. I'll have to sit. Star Wars character that has weird folds on his face.
Here are some pictures.
Yep, there he is.
What's his name?
His name is Neen Noob. Or
Oh.
Neen Noon.
Maybe I didn't know the name.
Oh, that doesn't
It's
sound
spelled
familiar.
N-I-E-N space N-U-N-B.
Whoa. Okay. That's probably why nobody can
Did
remember
they
his
just
name.
draw random Scrabble tiles
I
out
think
of a
so.
bag and put them together?
I think that's how they found names, is just like shake them and throw them. And then it's like
Casting runes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your name is
Casting
I can
names.
almost pronounce that. Let's go with it.
Han. What
Holy-
kind of a name is that?
I wanna hold your hand.
That's what the guy that's pushing him when he's in the carbonite is singing.
They should have had a Star
Oh,
Wars
oh,
musical.
oh.
Just kidding. I
They
hate musicals.
did. It was called the Christmas special.
Oh, I didn't make it all the way through that. I just
Yeah, I didn't.
There's a
either.
part where the uncle is watching like a hollow vid of a lady singing.
Oh yeah.
In Wookiees.
I don't think she's
Oh.
singing English. She's
Is
like a
it the
70s
lady
song.
from Multiclass?
It was not. She's way too young.
No, not her. But
Oh.
the opera singer.
Oh, the
from-
blue lady?
Oh,
Yeah, I
The
can't.
Smurf?
Yeah, the Fifth Element.
the diva Plava Laguna. I mean, yeah, the blue chick.
That keeps bricks in her stomach.
That's where I keep my bricks. Oh,
You know she got them in there.
No.
swallowed them.
Nope.
Other one.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
She keistered him?
Yes. How else would they get in her abdomen?
C-section?
No. Yeah. Maybe she was born around them.
I don't think so, Tim.
They call me Tim.
I don't think so.
What if this is recording?
I hope so.
Okay.
Oh,
It better
Looks like
be.
it is.
Jeez.
Scare me to death.
Sometimes I wonder.
So
All right.
what about we could go like Empire. So what was his name? Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah.
Who would his enemy be he's fighting against though?
Um,
I'd like to see the building of the Death Star. Do it like modern Marvels. Tell me that would be good. You see all the Slave Wookiees in the
vanilla ice
background.
in there.
Yes!
You should tweet him.
I'll produce it. I don't have any money, but
Pimp my space station.
flip my station.
Or pimp my falcon.
That would be funny.
This lowered TIE fighter
Exhibit show
It's
up.
got short windows like this chopped
I have
trucks.
to draw that. That's funny.
Yeah.
How about a movie of the little robotic eye thing that comes out at the beginning of Return of the Jedi?
Out of the door thing?
Yeah. I don't know if there's much there.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh.
Sand people. Like Dances with Wolves.
Dances with
No,
Sand
it could
People.
be from their point of view when Anakin comes and kills them, like showing that they were
There's
actually
really
decent.
tall things on the Camino. It could be like Waterworld, except. No, maybe not.
Oh,
The cloners.
Yeah.
I bet they wouldn't withstand a lightsaber very well.
Probably not.
Doesn't lightsaber.
Feels like we're reaching now.
I think so.
Okay, well that's it for nerd culture.
That was a good one. I like that.
All right, for technology, we're going to go a completely different direction. We're going to talk about Alzheimer's.
Did we talk about that last week?
Yes. So what they've determined is when you have Alzheimer's, you get this plaquey substance on your neurons,
So you gotta brush your brain.
and it inhibits neuronal function. But there's no good, cheap, easy way to check your neurons, see if they're covered in plaque.
Well, it's the same way of checking for mad cow disease.
Right.
You gotta
Usually
biopsy
they
the brain.
figure out after you're dead.
Right.
Mhm.
But Alzheimer's deaths have gone way up lately, partly because people aren't dying from other things as much,
Oh,
so they're living longer, and it's getting diagnosed more. So, like
saber-tooth tigers.
Yes, there's far fewer saber-toothed tiger deaths recently. There's not a good explanation for why, but and previously people would die of Alzheimer's, but they would get it would be listed as something else because they didn't know as much about Alzheimer's until recently. Well, if you can determine soon enough that somebody is going to get Alzheimer's, there's things you can do to prevent it or make it less
I've heard there's a peanut butter test,
impactful.
but I don't remember how it went.
You shove peanut butter up your nose.
Somehow you can use
If it
peanut
comes
butter
out
to
the other
determine
side
if you are susceptible to
with
Alzheimer's.
plaque in it.
This may be an urban legend.
Weird.
I think that test only works in the city.
Because it's an urban
Yeah.
myth.
Keith Urban tried it once. It didn't work.
Well, some researchers have found a way to diagnose Alzheimer's way sooner.
Using like cat sand?
No, so there is a way that you can do it where you like give somebody radioactive particles and then scan their brain. But this way, stop you silly thing. There's a video on this. I just want to see. So it's Cedars-Sinai and Neurovision Imaging have figured out how to do a non-invasive, really cheap test to find if you have Alzheimer's. So what they do is they give you this, you drink this stuff, and it makes the plaque glow in your retina. So your retina is part of your brain, so it's the same type of cell. So the plaque, as it's forming in your brain, is also forming on your retina. So you just drink this liquid, and then they look in through your pupil at your retina, and the plaque will fluoresce, and they can see it. And so they can find out that you are in the very early stages of Alzheimer's where there's no symptoms, and then they can start treating it, and then you don't develop as bad of Alzheimer's, or you don't
So what are the
develop it at all.
treatments?
I have no idea.
Violent collisions with their head,
No.
so it breaks the plaque free.
I think
And a concussion.
a lot of flossing. You know,
Floss
Stick it in
your
your ear.
intercranial flossing, like Leslie Nielsen.
There's actually wasn't the Admiral on that
Oh, in,
Hot Shots Part 2.
Yeah.
I lost my ear canals in the war. Got a place to stay this pipe.
So this test could be done for pretty cheap enough that you could go in and get tested every couple of years or every 5 years or something. Well, one of the comments was like, yeah, in Canada it costs $25, but in the US it costs $2,700.
In Canada, the waiting list is 15 years long.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that statement is true either. Because as far as I know, this isn't being done, outside of these early tests yet. So how would they know how much it costs? I think somebody was just railing against our medical system.
So there was a study done in 2013 which claimed that you could tell the early onset of Alzheimer's based on if you could smell peanut butter better out of the right nostril than the left nostril.
Wow.
So
I don't think that stands up.
They only had a sample size of 94 patients, and only 18 had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And they've never been able to recreate that.
Okay, so
the
I'm
results.
calling that
So
not a real
not
thing.
real.
This, however,
I mean, it doesn't pass the sniff test to me.
Well, if you can tell if you're having
It
a stroke
did on
by
my
smelling
right side,
toast.
but not my left.
Oh no! I forgot we were talking about.
What if you smell peanut butter on toast?
You're having a Alzheimer's stroke. Yeah, it's sad.
It can happen.
Yeah, I like it when they find like these really simple, cheap alternatives to.
Yeah.
This is a big problem because, like, I think it was saying like 100,000 people in the U.S. die from Alzheimer's a year.
Yeah.
And if they could get to it earlier, those people would die of something else.
Yeah, my former father-in-law died of Alzheimer's and cancer.
Oh. Well, it's just like people are living longer, but I have this situation with a coworker. His mother, I don't know if she has Alzheimer's, but she has dementia.
Yeah.
And she has to live with him, and it's really stressful on him and his wife because they're, they got married after both of their kids were grown and gone, and they were both divorced and got married, and now his wife is his mom's full-time caregiver, and it's really hard on them.
I bet.
Because she has periods where she's just crazy. So this could help keep people out of that situation where they could care for themselves into their golden years.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It makes me hopeful that when I'm old, I won't.
So can I live with you when I get dementia? Just kidding.
No, you'll have to live with one of your kids.
Oh, okay.
Make their lives miserable.
So I get to pick the one I want to torture the most.
My coworker has actually said, yeah, if I ever go crazy, I'm hoping someone will just put me down. Because it's really hard. But it's hard getting old.
Yep.
That's for sure.
That's Technerdy.
Awesome. For the news, I want to read a headline that went around recently, and then I want to kind of debunk it a little bit.
Okay.
Headline is Facebook engineers panic, pull plug on AI after bots develop their own language.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
You've seen that one? So it's kind of based on something that actually happened. It's just like fear mongering over something that. So what happened was Facebook is developing like chat bots, and they're trying to teach them negotiation skills so they can, because human communication is mostly bartering kind of.
Yeah.
So they wanted to teach them how to talk to people, so having them learn how to do that, and they've gotten pretty good at it actually. So they had two of them talk to each other, but they didn't set up a couple of parameters they should have. One is they should have told them to make it so people could understand it, because they started running their own shortcut to say things, and they're talking about. The computers are talking about how to divvy up the bowls they had, and so instead of saying I have 3 balls or whatever, it would just repeat the balls like 3 times. It was.
So it's just shouting balls. I think it has Tourette's.
But
then it started shouting, "Kill all humans!"
And the guys that did it shut it down because they're like, "Well, this is stupid. They're not going to learn anything from each other because we want to teach them how to communicate with people, not
with each
robots." Yeah.
But somebody's like, oh, they had to shut it down because it was going rogue.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Seems like I've seen other reactionary
But it is
articles about mundane things like that.
Just kind of scary.
It's called Not Enough News.
Yeah.
Well, it would be freaky,
someone's
if
like,
all of a sudden you
someone
can't
will
understand what
pay-
these
Someone will pay
computers are talking
somebody
about.
six figures to figure out how to stop aliens from.
Well, I saw another article where
invading
Elon
Earth.
Musk is heading a charge of inventors and scientists trying to get a petition signed by enough of them that they will not put artificial intelligence into military applications. Which,
Because they got military intelligence already.
right. Skynet, anyone? It would be weird if the computers talk to each other and you can't understand what they're saying.
Only it's okay if Skynet.
It's like my kids. I'm learning Japanese, and they're gonna start talking Japanese to each other, and I'm gonna be like, "What?"
I can't understand when my computer talks to other computers. Have you heard of modem?
That's true.
That is true.
I tried to learn that, but it's really hard.
Yeah.
So I think I had some of the actual conversation. Let's see if I could. So I'll read this verbatim. So there's two
You can
bots.
You can do it in English.
One's Bob and one's Alice. So Bob says, I everything else. Alice, balls have zero to me, 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 to me. 2. Bob, you, I, everything else. Alice, balls have a ball to me, 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 to me. So they're arguing over who gets to keep the balls.
Right.
Sounds like a married couple about who gets
like
to. Alice has them in her purse,
trying to talk to each other,
and Bob's trying to get them out for a trip to town with the boys.
Huh?
Yeah.
Alice has Bob.
Mr. Paul's
okay, moving on.
Anyways, I thought that was funny that you could really take something that, I mean, it's, I don't know if it's factually accurate, but it's more accurate than it implies. I mean, the engineers didn't panic, so that right there, that's like a trigger word, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they didn't pull plug on AI after bots built their own language, that's true. But it was more because they decided what they were doing was futile and not going to help.
Dumb.
Like resistance is futile.
It's not really a creepy language once you know what the computer's doing.
As long as the computer's not saying exterminate.
Yeah, that'd be creepy. I'll give you half of these balls if you
exterminate all humans.
Exterminate all humans.
Humans are
2/3.
dead.
No, we shouldn't exterminate. We should turn them into batteries.
It's like, I'll do it for a quarter of them. What?
Kill.
Kill to me.
Kill.
Smell this one, it's dead.
If they talk about serving
AI
humans,
started listening to Flight of the Conchords. We're in trouble.
if the computer started talking about how to serve humans, it could be a cookbook. Like in the what's that show called? Twilight Zone.
The Twilight Zone. It's the Twilight Zone.
Your dog is barking incessantly.
I know, and your kid is talking incessantly.
It's also your kid is in there doing it too. Alright, hopefully you're not hearing too much of that on the podcast.
We just gave you a peek behind the curtain. Disregard the man behind the curtain.
Yeah, it was a mistake to bring my son here. But I didn't want to drive him all the way home and then come all the way back.
Gotcha.
So
that's the news.
Alright, if you want to support the Enginerdy Show, you can go to our website, theenginerdyshow.com.
Or Engineering Show.
You can now go to enginerydyshow.com and it will transfer you to theenginerdyshow.com.
There's lots of websites to do that.
Well, I might switch it so it does the other way.
Oh.
If you can think I can figure that out.
Okay. Well, we're getting closer than we've been before.
Yes.
Except for when we had it
once there,
right.
you can click through to Amazon to do your Amazon shopping.
It's like reading the Super Bowl.
Yes.
You can't get
It's
back.
that time of year to start your Amazon
We're buying so much
shopping.
stuff on Amazon right now.
Yeah.
It's like a non-stop stream of UPS and FedEx trucks and USPS. I thought there was going to be a fight because the UPS truck is driving away from our house and the FedEx truck is pulling up.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to ram each other, but they just like waved and went past.
Well,
They were friendly.
They're probably part of the same union.
the mail carrier union.
No, it's like I used to be part of that union. Actually.
Parcel union.
No, I think it's just
Parcel
the
town?
Big box.
the big box union. Another Teamsters.
Oh, so they drive carriages.
Wagons.
They used to.
Oh,
All right, let's go into consumption.
okay. I watched Rogue One again
Oh, I need to watch
I
this.
almost watched it again.
because my youngest daughter hadn't seen it, and so she wanted to see it.
What?
So I watched it with her.
Weird.
And it's
Rogue?
funny, every time I watch it, I pick up something I hadn't
I-
touched on for the first time.
Love the robot. Or the android. The droid.
With Alan Tudyk,
Yes.
yes,
He's
that's
so good
awesome.
in it.
Um,
At the part where she hands him her backpack and he just like drops.
yeah. And have you seen the behind the scenes stuff on that?
Yeah.
Where Alan Tudyk's up on these stilts.
Yep.
And then other times he has his backpack with
The head of
just the head sticking up, so people know where to make eye contact.
Because he didn't want to not be in the scenes. He wanted.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Afterwards, I decided to watch Ip Man 3 again.
Oh yeah, I like
because
that
it's got Daniel Yen in it
Yeah.
from Rogue One.
Donnie.
one. Donnie.
I
Yeah.
have Donnie written down.
Yeah, it's Donnie.
Oh, okay.
I had the name wrong, sorry.
It's okay. I was confused.
It's like the difference between Danny Glover and Donald Glover, though. So
Right.
You gotta be careful.
Danny or Donald? That's what we gotta put for our title. No.
Donald Duck.
Anyway, it's got subtitles.
Yeah.
Which
He
Because
reads.
it's all in hoodies.
it's got
It's like a sheep
Mike
piece.
Tyson.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. It's awesome.
Yeah. The fight scenes are awesome.
They're
They're just
so good.
I mean, even if you don't read the subtitles,
Yeah, it's.
you kind of know what's going on. I mean, he's trying to protect this school from getting taken over
What
by
bugs
these...
me is when you find one that's dubbed and has
Oh.
subtitles because they don't match.
Oh, yeah.
Ever.
I was watching Ajin that way. I
I had to
switched it
figure out-
over to English,
Turn it off.
but I still had the subtitles on. And it's kind of interesting to see the differences.
It's driving me crazy.
Because they rewrite the script so the mouth lines
Right.
up better. So that,
Oh, yeah.
Actors, no, the animators don't have to do twice as much work.
So, my daughter and I were watching this while we were playing Minecraft.
oh,
And so, LFG saw us doing that, and he's just like, you should not be watching a movie with subtitles while you're playing Minecraft.
It's so hard.
I'm like,
yeah,
we're not reading the
I
subtitles.
do that when I'm playing Civ 2, and I'm like, that's why I
And
finally
so
switched
every once in a
Ajin
while,
to
I would just
English,
explain what's happening. So
because he'd seen it before.
I'd seen it before,
Right.
so I had read the subtitles first time I watched it. But
Yeah, that's why I switched Ajin to English, because I was playing Civ 2.
I had both. I had the English and subtitles, which
Right,
were
yeah.
different.
so apparently, Donnie Yen's mother was a kung fu master.
Connie Yen?
I don't know if that was her name. I don't think it was.
I don't think so, Tim.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So he learned martial arts from a young age.
And the Eat Man guy was actually one of Bruce Lee's masters.
Oh, cool.
In fact, he shows up in one of the movies. But before.
I also started watching Cheers, the 80s sitcom.
Everyone knows your name.
And I'm under the opinion now that Friends, that started in 90, is like the 90s version of Cheers.
Hmm.
And especially since I watched the pilot episodes of Cheers, and it's got... Well, first for some background, I don't know if you remember the Friends pilot
No.
where Rachel shows up I think she shows up at the coffee shop in her wedding dress because she had run out on her
Oh, I didn't remember that.
wedding or something.
No idea.
Anyway, and there was some joke where Ross is telling somebody, I really want to get married again. And then she runs in the wedding dress.
Oh.
Well, the first episode of Cheers, one of the characters, Diane, she shows up in the bar with her fiance. They're fixing to go to Barbados to get married. And she starts talking with Sam Malone, I think his name is, right?
Yeah.
I'm remembering that right, yeah.
That's correct.
Anyway, her fiance ends up getting back together with his ex-wife. And so Malone offers her a
Wait.
job as a waitress.
You're not saying that there's not any original idea in Hollywood, are you?
I'm not saying that Friends ripped off Cheers, but There were some parallels, I
but I'm
noticed.
thinking it.
Cheers is still a good show, though.
It is a good show.
Yeah.
I like it.
I recommend watching it. I mean,
Norm.
it ages pretty well.
Like a fine beard. I don't know.
Like a fine beard.
Yeah, like a beard.
I like the coach character. So the
Oh,
first season is before Woody Harrelson,
Right.
and actually I haven't seen Fraser Crane show up at all yet. So, but I'm only like 8 or 9 episodes in. But yeah, and that's covers my consumption.
I actually haven't watched anything since we recorded.
Yes,
We're
we're
recording
recording
early.
early this week.
2 days
Are
early.
we?
Yes.
But I have been playing a game called Castle Crashers with my sons.
Oh.
And we each bought. There's 3 DLCs that are like $2 each. That give you extra characters and weapons and stuff. So we each bought one, so we could have our own another character. Because we've beaten it with the guys we started with, but it's pretty fun. It's like a kind of side-scrolly melee, like medieval. Like the main characters are knights, and they're fighting this wizard that captured this big magic thing and some women. And you fight through levels, and you get the women back one at a time. And then at the end you fight the wizard and get the big gem thing back.
You're a wizard, Harry.
And the last woman. So it's pretty fun to play with the kids. And
cool.
Yeah.
Real quick, I forgot to mention that DVD and I both watched some of the Spans of Void broadcast on Facebook.
We did. It was kind of funny because they saw my name and thought they were misreading Master Zed's name.
Yeah.
I think you can see him on the video, like getting closer to the monitor to see if he's just saying it wrong.
What does that say? That's funny.
But then, yeah, I was pontificating.
Yes, they even read some of DVD's puns on the air.
Nice.
So.
I
I'm
thought
like
of other
a
ones,
month
but
behind on them because I'm just behind on all my podcasts.
so Master Zed tweeted or sent it out as a Facebook post or something. I saw.
Yeah, I just clicked on the link and it took you right to the video.
In fact,
So I'm like, oh,
you
I
notice
guess I'm
our
gonna watch
sister was
it.
on there as well?
Huh?
You notice our sister was on there as well.
I did not.
The younger of the sisters.
Oh,
Sister.
I couldn't tell who was on there. So.
Oh. And it's really fun. It's Facebook Live, so you can chat or type in, and people doing it can see on their computer who's chatting. And then there's like the Facebook thumbs up and the angry and sad face, and you can click on those, and it actually pops up in the screen. That's your picture for a second, and switches to icon and floats across the screen.
Oh.
So it's clicking the thumbs up.
Yeah, so I actually talked to them about how they do that because they're in different locations,
Yeah, you
so
saw
they
that
have to
on
like
the
combine the streams. And
they cross streams.
when Matt sent me how he does it, I was like, okay, we can't do that. But when we're doing it all together, there might be a way. But
easier.
Facebook, it was only you couldn't do it on your PC for some reason. It was like you had to do it from a phone or a Mac or something. So it seemed really weird. But maybe it's working now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was cool.
We're doing this not live YouTube thing now. And
well, at first logged on, they were talking about Paul Walker.
Yeah. Yeah, because you logged on like right after I did.
Oh, did I? I wasn't sure how long you'd been on there.
Yeah, not very long, and then I see you pop up there.
I used to watch them on You Now and comment, but it's because of the time difference. It's like right around supper time, and when I'm trying to,
Yeah, in
get the
fact, I
kids
was
ready for bed.
I was making supper while I was making lasagna.
Nice.
Cool.
Or as we call it at my house, ultimate deep dish pizza, because my daughter doesn't like lasagna.
So I got the
like
pan out.
If we're having lasagna, she will not eat it.
We had the same thing with
Unless you call it something else.
If we call it ultimate deep dish pizza, she always wants
my
a
son
second
wouldn't
slice.
eat chili, but he'd eat taco soup, which is chili.
It's not the same.
The way we were making it is.
Oh.
We just called it different. But I got the small pan out. I thought I had the big pan, And so I got the biggest one that was in the wrong cupboard even. So I put the first layer of sauce in. Like, see that he was putting the noodles in for me. Look over, and there's not like the one on the end that's normal to the other ones. I was like, huh. So I didn't think much about it. Maybe the noodles were bigger. So it's grouped the next layer on, whatever, and building up. And I'm noticing after it gets the next layer of noodles on, we're already almost at the top. I'm like, this is the wrong size pan.
Oh.
So I put all of the sauce and meat for a big one into the small one with one fewer layer of noodles.
Oh.
And a lot of
Was it good?
with cheese. It was really good.
I need to learn how to make lasagna.
It's really simple.
I love lasagna.
It's so good.
And
too.
you have that big orange cat.
Yeah.
I do?
No.
Oh.
That's John Arbuckle.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have
I've
John
gotten my
Arbuckle.
kids to
Yeah.
eat
You're
split pea soup
You're the John
before
Arbuckle of our
telling him
shows.
about something
by
else.
telling them it's leprechaun soup.
Nice.
Maybe
You are the
roll up
John
guns?
Arbuckle of this podcast.
I think so.
What? Because I'm allergic? Wait,
He's
no.
the Odie.
I'm allergic to cats, though, so that doesn't make sense.
John Arbuckle could be allergic to cats.
So I didn't have any time to watch anything this week.
Yeah, right.
So I watched The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That took like 5 or 6 sittings
I'm planning to watch
because I kept on getting interrupted.
Oh.
Like I started, like I had like the first 3 minutes in, and then my wife called me down to dinner or something. And then I came back later, and then she wanted me to do something else like 15 minutes later.
So what'd you think?
I like it. I've seen it before, but it's been a long time. It holds up really well, I thought.
Yeah.
A little bit slower of a movie than modern movies, but
Yeah.
it had great action scenes, and the character development was good. The acting was excellent.
I thought it was pretty funny, too.
Yeah, it's got some really funny parts to it.
I can't wait to watch it.
It's good. Then I watched The Defenders.
I'm planning to
All
watch
of it?
that as well.
I watched all of it.
Did you watch it all on the first day?
No.
My daughter did. My
I
oldest
know,
daughter
I
did.
saw on Facebook. I didn't have time to do that, but
Wow.
yeah, it was over a couple. I think Saturday and Sunday I watched it.
Oh.
Because my family's gone, so it was just
Right.
me and the youngest, and so we kind of just electroniced out. So that's really good. I really like it. I think I like it better. Let's see, if I was to place it, it'd either be second favorite or my favorite of all the individual ones.
Oh, wow. What's
The Iron Fist still kind of bugs me, but
Oh,
that's his character's personality, I think.
Yeah.
I don't dig it. I really like Jessica Jones. I know a lot of people don't like her, but I really enjoyed her show, and I liked her part in this movie. And Daredevil was awesome in it. Everyone was really good.
Cool.
Luke Cage too?
Luke Cage was very good in it.
Okay, I can't wait to see it.
Me
I'm planning to
too.
watch it with my new wife.
It's good. I mean, there's only like 8 or 9 episodes.
By
So
the time
Oh,
this
really?
comes out, she will be your wife. Well,
Are
on
you
the
gonna drop it
podcast,
early?
not on YouTube.
Oh.
So then I
This will
watched.
be out after your wedding.
So when it drops on iTunes,
Yes.
So I finished the first season of Game of Thrones. Finally watched that. There's a lot of skip-worthy scenes, so you just gotta, just because of the blatant nudity and stuff. You're like, really? Come on. I guess it's an HBO show, and they tend to do that with their shows. First season, I've heard. I can see why I'd probably like the books. I might read the books. Except for I could have sworn I saw a character that I thought was in later ones.
Yeah.
They got killed in the first season. That was shocking. Up to the point that actually happened, I was expecting something to happen because I thought, well, I've seen him on promos for other seasons. Nope.
Yeah, there was having never watched the series and reading the book, it was kind of shocking who got killed.
Yeah. And then I have a story about that. So I noticed they had the first season on 2 discs in Redbox.
Oh.
So I've been buying them one episode at a time off Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just saw it in there, so I needed to watch the second half of the first season, or no, episodes 4 through 8, I think. And so I got the disc, and I watched them, and then I set it down on a desk, because they were moving my son's room, switching rooms with him.
Uh-huh.
And it was out in the dining room, and I set it on that desk before I went to football practice. I came home, and the desk was moved up into his room. Disc was gone. I don't know where it went.
Huh.
I'm going to end up buying that disc, because I have no idea.
Wow. That sucks.
Yeah,
You want
so
to
somewhere I own the first 8 seasons or first episodes of the first season. So there's that. I watched a show called Cop Watchers. It was a documentary, and it was about a group of an organization in New York City that follow cops around. They like have CBs that they can listen in on so they show up at busts and people getting pulled over, so they can videotape the cops and try to keep them honest.
Oh,
Cops don't like that.
I bet not.
Just thinking about it, and
that'd be like someone hovering over your desk, making sure you're doing your work right.
Right, and the cops handle it poorly, mostly. I've seen on Facebook like video of a cop that someone was filming him when they traffic stopped him. He's like, "Are you filming me?" And they're like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, make sure you get my face. Okay, here's my badge number. This is my name." And the guy was like totally cool and friendly. Took the guy a ticket, but the cops in New York, I mean, historically, they're made up of a lot of Irishmen that were like the lowest class people, and so they were not treated very well in society, and so a lot of them started joining the police force. And so there's a very large Irish contingent in the New York PD, ancestry, whatever. So I was thinking the people have problems with the cops. I mean, this is a good way to try to keep them honest, although then you're getting arrested. But if you don't like the way the cops are acting, maybe join the police force. If you do it enough, you can change the police force, the way it works. If you get enough people that are joining it, that are the people that have problems with the cops.
Well, they want to recruit people to the force that have type A personalities.
Yeah.
They've tried recruiting, other types of personalities.
Yeah, I saw that documentary. It was called Police Academy, I think.
I wasn't thinking of Police Academy, but
Officer Hug.
No, I mean, from talking to a friend of mine that's a policeman, I mean, that's what he was talking about.
Well, in Boise, you can't get hired if you have any kind of record.
Right.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people that like can't join, I guess. A lot of people, I mean, they're putting themselves on the line, but then they go way over. I mean, I don't know. A lot of them, I'm like, you're having such a problem here. Why don't you just move? You live in the freest bordered country in the world where you can move from state to state with no problem. The papers, no one even cares. Move. You don't like it. But,
yeah, get a ranch in Montana and get a wife, maybe 2 wives. Like from
right.
Maybe I'll need 2 wives.
So it's interesting to watch. Yeah. A lot of people are they're putting it above like their own children's best interest, I thought. It's like, take your kids and move someplace better. I don't know.
Well, it's hard if you don't have any money.
Yeah.
They live in New York City, the most expensive place in the country to live.
Maybe.
It's probably hard to save up.
Maybe. I don't know. But it's interesting that I don't know, places where they're having most of the problems, there's this certain political leaning that I don't know. So let's see what else is. Oh, Everyday Miracles is a good show. It's a British show. They talk about inventions and how they affect life. Like the first episode, they talked about nylon, how that could get invented, and the guy actually does like laboratory desktop type things showing how they did it.
Oh, cool.
Like the nylon is interesting because they take 2 types of solutions that would make different types of plastics, and it's the interface between the 2 that you just put something into that layer, and then you start pulling it out, and it starts pulling out a string of nylon. And then he even took that to like a little paper towel roll, the little handmade crank, and was like just rolling filament out of there. And it's like it'll keep on going as long as there's 2 liquids in there.
Wow.
With a mating surface.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they talked about the light bulb. Like there was an electric light bulb that was invented by a British dude that was doing his light bulb stuff the same time as Thomas Edison. And one of the materials they both tried was carbonized beard hair.
Weird.
So it showed a lot of cool stuff. Most they talked about in there. A lot of the stuff was plastics related. Let's see. Oh, I watched the first half of Cloud Atlas, which is like a 4-hour movie. Where there's like 4 or 5 different storylines in different times. where they're kind of showing parallels between people's lives separated by time. It's interesting. It's got a really good cast. It's got like the guy from Bosom Buddies,
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Oh. I love it when we can slip that in.
It's other people. So I might finish it sometime, but it's a lot. And you have to try to pay attention to each of the lines and try to connect all the dots. I was trying to do it while Minecrafting, and I had to stop.
It's a 4-hour movie that makes you think, that you have to think.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So it's probably not in one sitting type show. But it's on...
Just like this podcast.
It's on Netflix, I think. Then I found a new show called Van Helsing. And the premise of that is there's the big cauldron volcano of the west coast goes. And it puts ash in the air. And ash causes people to mutate into vampires.
Vampires?
Yeah. Where there's different types of vampires. Like there's some that actually have been around for a long time. And the first start coming out when there's a smaller volcano that goes off and it blocks a lot of the sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
So the vampires discover they can go outside in the daytime and start attacking people. And then the big one goes up, and that, like, something in the ash infects a large portion of the population of the Earth.
Interesting.
And there's one lady that gets attacked by a vampire while this is all happening. And they take her to the morgue. Well, they can't, there's no room in the morgue or something, so they take her to, like, the hospital. And there was a doctor who was going to look, try to do the autopsy or whatever, figure out what was going on. Because she got attacked and got her stomach ripped open and her neck ripped open from this vampire in her house. And so while she's there, her wounds start healing, and she's like unconscious when everything's going wrong. So there's the military shows up because they hear about this woman that I guess wasn't dead but wasn't quite alive yet or anymore. So they show up, and then the really big volcano goes off, and then the world goes crazy. So they barricade themselves in this hospital. Anyway, she's got like some special power when it comes to the vampires.
Interesting.
This lady. So it's
and that's a Van Helsing?
Yeah, Van Helsing. Yep. I'm not sure if her name's Van Helsing in the show.
Oh.
I don't remember. But it's...
Is it gory?
But she does have a van.
A little bit. It's not too bad.
Does she drive a van?
Would it be gory for my tastes?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know your taste that well.
Oh.
You have been eating a lot of steak.
I have been eating a lot of steak.
How do you cook your steaks?
On the Traeger grill.
No,
I see.
I mean,
you are a vampire.
Of the Van Traeger? No. Like how
the Romanian
how well done do you like your steaks?
One of them was kind of rare.
I like my medium, I think. Well, that's all of my stuff.
Cool.
But I can't remember. I know there's something else. I think I watched a comedy something. I can't remember what it was.
I'm sure you did.
Sounds like you. We'll just assume you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any nerd cred?
I do.
Not that I can think of.
I created my own custom Minecraft skin.
Wow, that is nerdy.
With the help of my son.
Huh.
I named it D-Bitty.
Interesting.
It has white sideburns.
White, huh?
And
just because your sideburns are turning white?
Yes. I based it off of a picture of me I found. So my character does have a beard.
Oh.
And he's wearing a blue jean shorts. And a black Thundercats t-shirt.
Cool.
That's as close as I could get with the low resolution you got.
Right.
And then my son told me today on the way home from football practice that he had made a DVD version 2. So there's a speckling tool you can use, so not everything monochrome, so it like takes 3 or 4 different colors, similar to what color you have in the field, and makes it look pixelated. I don't know.
Oh,
okay. So it makes it look better. Then he said he fixed my hairline because he's like, your hair doesn't come right to the top of your eyes. And it's not on the side of your face up here. He's like, and you got a big forehead, Dad. I was like,
oh, you know this.
It's getting bigger every year.
So.
Did you tell those bangs?
Yeah. Oh, I'm making progress on our Millennium Enterprise mashup.
Nice.
Awesome.
I've been 3D modeling the Millennium Falcon because that's how you have to do it. You can't just sketch it 2D.
There
You
is
got
this-
three-dimensional.
There's this component that I was making a drawing for to manufacture the component, and the way the component looked, it looked like the Enterprise without the saucer section on it. So I was thinking, I wonder if I could just add the saucer section and see if anyone notices.
So for a while, I was opening up my drawing and I had like a 2D drawing I'd found of the Millennium Falcon with side views and everything. Unfortunately, all the side views and everything are different scales from the main pictures. Like, oh, come on.
Lame.
But a couple of lunch times, I just kind of opened it up and just sat there and thought about how am I going to do this. But I've since started breaking into smaller components and getting it done.
Cool.
So eventually that will happen. Unfortunately, I'm going the difficult route, so it's going to take a while.
I found a photograph of a starship that David and I made out of Legos when we were children.
Somewhere we have the plans to make it again.
Well, I didn't find the plans for
I
it.
might have them.
But I did find a paper that showed the ship in profile, as if it was made of Legos, and the decks drawn on there, and another paper telling what was on each deck.
Nice.
Wow.
So I guess that's nerd cred.
So I've been putting off remapping our EngineerdyShow.com thing because I thought it was going to be super hard.
Oh, yeah?
And I finally just sat down today and I was like, okay, I'm just going to see how hard it is. And I got in and I was like, it's probably in here. And I clicked there and I'm like, oh, it's right here. I just have to type these 3 things in and it worked.
I've discovered when it comes
wish I would
to
have done that
computer
weeks
stuff
ago.
like that or figuring out really clunky websites, a lot of it really is state of mind.
Yeah.
Sit down to do it. If you're a little bit frustrated and you're a little bit on edge, don't even try.
Yeah.
Because I get so frustrated because I was the committee chairman for my kids' Boy Scout troop. We're doing popcorn sales, and their website was ponderous, and the way everything was set up was just makes you want to pull your hair out. I just hated it. So I did it, I think, 3 years. In the first year, I wasn't sure. Second year, I just hated it the whole time. And it really just kicked my butt. It's worse. Then I went to the last year with a more positive attitude, and it worked better. And then I was very happy when we just switched Scout troops. They don't do popcorn sales in the new one.
Nice.
Oh, it's good.
Oh my gosh, it's horrible.
Yeah, I remember standing out in front of
You did
the
some of those.
hardware store with my son while he was trying to sell popcorn.
We had some adults would approach our 12-year-old scouts and start trying to yell at them political stuff because of the Boy Scout and general stance on certain things. We're like,
right.
hey, you want to have a conversation over here where the adults are, where people can actually. Oh. But it's probably not good as a scout to punch somebody in the face. Be prepared to, though. You should be prepared to.
That's why you follow them home.
Oh.
Lash them to the tree in their front yard.
Yeah. All right, our final segment is feedback.
What?
We got a like on our latest episode from a woman named OneAnna65.
I was trying to see how to pronounce that. I couldn't figure out what
Apparently, she's an author of a kind of inspirational book, and she has a blog.
Cool.
Well, we are very inspirational.
So
I feel inspired by the show.
I'm also perspirational.
and a guy
It's getting hot in here.
a guy named Julian liked our Pinterest board for
Yes!
So, thanks,
That's
Julian.
close.
You almost punched the
I
ceiling.
need to go pin some more things to the board.
Yeah, you've got.
You know how to get in there?
Yeah. I think
Oh,
so.
okay.
Who do you think pinned all the G.I. Joe stuff in there?
Yeah, it's your wife. Oh. If you want to contact us, our email is engineerdyshow@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook and Twitter. Just search for Engineerdy Show. Listen, tell your friends. That's the best way to help us out, is to tell people about us. And check out our website. It's got the latest episodes.